Hello and welcome to AI Agents News. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. We're here to break down the biggest stories in the world of artificial intelligence for you. Today is July 12th, 2025.
And we have a packed show. OpenAI hits the brakes on a major release. A shocking new study questions AI's effect on developer productivity, and we'll look at a new medical AI that can read X-rays right on your local machine.
A lot to get into. Where are we starting, Alex?
Let's start with the giants. The big news this week comes from OpenAI. CEO Sam Altman announced on Friday that the company is delaying the release of its open model indefinitely.
Indefinitely? Wow, that's a strong word. The open source community has been waiting for this. Any reason given? Is this about safety, or are they getting cold feet about competing with their own paid products?
The official line is vague, as you might expect, but it's a significant move. It creates a vacuum that others are clearly trying to fill. Meanwhile, their competitors aren't standing still. Over at Google, there was a fascinating development.
Oh, you're talking about the windsurf deal.
Exactly. The acquisition of the company itself fell apart, but Google still hired Windsurf's CEO. They aren't buying the company, but they're still acquiring the top-tier talent. It shows their strategy is relentless, even when deals don't go through as planned.
That's right, it's a talent war as much as a technology war. OpenAI holds back a key piece from the community, while Google poaches a key leader. The chess match continues.
It really does. And speaking of the real-world impact of all this technology, let's pivot to a story that made a lot of waves this week. This one comes from a study highlighted by Rohan Paul. Prepare for a surprise, Jordan. A new study found that using AI tools actually slowed developers down by 19%.
Hold on, slowed them down? By almost a fifth. That flies in the face of literally every marketing claim we have heard for the past 3 years. What's the context here?
The study suggests that for certain complex tasks, the time spent correcting, debugging, and guiding the AI negated the speed benefits. It's a powerful reminder that these tools are assistants, not replacements, and there's a definite learning curve and a cost to using them.
That makes sense. It's not magic. And it shows that productivity isn't a simple metric. It's not stopping the arms race, though, is it?
Not at all. The same report noted that China just dropped a new 1 trillion parameter open-source model, and Mistral shipped an update to their developer-focused model. So while we debate productivity, the underlying technology is still advancing at a breakneck pace.
So true, but let's talk about an AI application that could be a clear win. You mentioned a medical AI.
This is really exciting. It's called MedGemma 27B. It's a fine-tuned version of Google's Gemma model, specifically for healthcare. And the key here is that it's multimodal.
Meaning it can process more than just text. So, it could look at an image, like an X ray, and combine that with a patient's text based notes to help a doctor with a diagnosis.
Precisely. Venelin Valkov tested it out and showed it running in a notebook, analyzing X-rays and text. The most impressive part is that this 27 billion parameter model is being designed to run locally. Think about the implications for patient privacy and for use in areas with poor internet connectivity. It's a huge step forward.
Absolutely, taking the AI out of the cloud and putting it directly into the hands of clinicians, securely. That's the kind of progress that gets less hype but could have a massive real world impact.
And speaking of the infrastructure that makes all this possible, here on AI Agents News, we like to look at the business side, too. A company called Datafy just raised $20 million in seed funding.
Now, what does Datafy do?
They're tackling a problem that almost every company using the cloud faces: cost. They're developing a platform for autonomous cloud storage optimization. As companies use more AI, their data storage costs are exploding, and Datafy is building an AI to help manage that AI-driven cost.
It's the less glamorous side of the revolution. It's not a chatbot or an image generator, but it's a critical piece of the puzzle. Without cost effective data management, none of this scales. That's a smart investment.
It is. Now, another critical conversation that's heating up is around copyright. We've talked about it before, and for our listeners interested in a deep dive, Wired is hosting a live event on July 16th to answer questions on generative AI and the ongoing legal battles.
It's the question looming over everything. Who owns what when an AI creates it? And what about the data it was trained on? These are billion-dollar questions that are still being sorted out in courtrooms.
It really feels like we're wrestling with an information overload problem that's a century in the making. I saw a fascinating piece in the conversation that looked back 80 years to a machine called the Memex.
The memics, I'm not familiar with that.
It was conceptualized in the 1940s by an engineer named Vannevar Bush. He envisioned it as a device for an individual to store all their books, records, and communications, and be able to consult it with speed and flexibility. It was his answer to the information nightmare of his time.
That's incredible. So 80 years ago, they were already worried about information overload and trying to design a system to manage it. It sounds a lot like what we're trying to build today with personal AI agents and semantic search.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder that while the technology is new, the fundamental human problem we're trying to solve, making sense of a vast world of information, is not.
A bit of history definitely puts the present into perspective. So, as we wrap up, it feels like a week of push and pull, Alex.
I think you're right. We see major players like OpenAI pulling back, while the broader ecosystem pushes forward. We're questioning the real-world productivity of AI, while at the same time seeing incredible, specialized models like MedGemma emerge.
It feels like the industry is moving past the initial hype and starting to grapple with the more complex, nuanced reality of what it means to integrate AI into our world.
Well said, and that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to AI Agents News.
We'll see you next time.